What's up, guys? Jeff Cavalier, ATHLEAN-X.com. Today we're talking about those exercises, the ones that people call sissy exercises, that I am going to tell you are going to unlock major gains in muscle if you start doing them. But you're probably wondering, Jeff, what are you doing with the blouse? And I would argue, you mean the Revolutionary War shirt? You see, it's all about perspective, guys. If you look at something and you think it looks a certain way and it's going to make you avoid it because you're self-conscious, then that is going to be a problem. And that's what's exactly happening with the exercise we're going to cover here today. And it starts with the tricep kickback. And I've actually been on a little campaign to bring back the kickback because I believe that this exercise is not only capable of adding muscle, but it's actually capable of being a great tricep exercise, period, because we're getting that complete tricep contraction because of the position of the arm during the exercise. If we realize that the tricep has two functions, number one, to extend the elbow, but number two, to also extend the arm back behind the back, then we also realize that not many exercises afford us the opportunity to do both at the same time, meaning we can't get a complete tricep contraction and get that complete long head contraction unless we position our arms like we do on a tricep kickback. So instead of looking for ways to avoid this exercise, you should be looking for ways to embrace it and include it in the workouts that you're doing. Okay, the next one here is one we actually had featured in a recent video with WWE superstar Sheamus, all 260 pounds of him, that was literally brought to his knees by a pair of 5-pound plates. And I promise it's going to do the same to you. But that's the key that should be igniting in your head, the idea that you need to be doing more of these, because we do far too much focused attention on pressing heavy weights away from our body without ever really worrying about balancing out that imbalance and working on strengthening the muscles of our upper back. And I'm telling you right now, these muscles are inherently incredibly weak. If you want to be able to start pressing more weight with all the other exercises you're doing, you need to start incorporating balance into your physique front to back, and these suckers will do it. And even if you can't use 5 pounds in your hands, that likely means you're using your own body weight, and even that's challenging. But the key is you can't avoid it because it looks easy or it looks like it's something you don't want to do in public. Do the exercise and you'll be humbled immediately, but more importantly, awaken to the idea that you need more of this. Okay, next up is one that I have covered many times on this channel here, but I'm going to reiterate it here because it never gets old and it never gets less important, and that is doing side lateral raises for building bigger shoulders, but going all the way down the other side of the rack. Instead of focusing on lifting the weights that you want to lift, focus on the weights that you should be lifting, and in most cases, it's about 10 to 15 or maybe 20 pounds at most if you do this the right way. So you can see me doing this here using focused tension on my delts. Not allowing the traps to take over, not allowing momentum to take over, not allowing me to swing the reps up every single time, but literally allowing the delt to contract and pull this dumbbell up into position and then slowly lower it down. And as always, before you even go back all the way down with this particular exercise, go back up again. Do it in the 1.5 rep style to reinforce that you got it up there with the muscle itself. And I'm telling you guys, yes, you're going to be a little bit humble, but in the end, you're going to see the gains that you've been probably looking for when you were on the other side of the rack in the first place. Okay, now it's time to hit the legs, and nobody wants to look like a sissy doing leg work unless you're doing sissy squats, and I already tell you how much I hate that exercise. But we do have other things that we need to do. And more importantly, I think, than anywhere else in your body, it's here that you have to leave your ego at the door, because there's so many small muscles around and in the hips that are going to be holding back the gains you could be seeing in your bigger lifts unless you start focusing on them. So the first thing here, I know you're going to laugh, guys, it's the Jane Fonda leg exercise. You know the one where you're laying on your side and you're simply lifting your leg up and sort of twisting your foot towards the ceiling on every rep. It looks ridiculously easy. It looks like something that no heavy squatter should be focused on. But if you are trying to get a heavy squat, you're going to want to start doing these. As a matter of fact, test yourself. Lay on your side and actually start doing 50 of these. See how much of a burn you get in your hip. Likely, it's going to be a big one. That is even if you get to 50 reps in the first place. The muscles here in our hip, particularly the glute medius, as you lift your leg up and rotate your foot to the top of the ceiling, are incredibly weak in most of us, especially if you sit down a lot for your job. I want you to start strengthening these muscles because I know as a coach how important these are to the overall big picture, to those bigger lifts where you want to show off your gains. It ain't going to get there unless you start doing these starting now. And finally, for some of you, maybe the only thing that looks a little goofier than a puffy shirt is any exercise using a physio ball. And I know you might think that went out in the 90s. Nobody uses physio balls anymore. And I would have to say, yeah, you do, because if you think about it, all it is an apparatus that rolls. It gives us some instability, or it gives us a platform of instability for which we can work off of. And I can tell you right now, if you haven't ever done any glute work on a physio ball, then you're missing out on an opportunity. And no one's telling you that you can't take a 45-pound plate or a 100-pound plate and hold it over your thighs as you do these exercises. I'm just saying there's nothing demoralizing about using a physio ball for your exercises. As a matter of fact, you can turn this into a great hamstring exercise, and you're getting the opportunity of having the ability to do hamstring curls without having to lay on your stomach and suffer maybe those hip tightening situations that we laid out in a previous video. The fact is, guys, these are not a problem. The shirt's not a problem. None of these exercises are a problem. You just have to get comfortable doing them. And as a matter of fact, guys, I always say you got to get comfortable in your own skin. What matters the most is a lot of times we head to the gym with insecurities. I did it myself. I avoided the gym for a long period of time because I wasn't comfortable being there. But the second I got over that, and the second I started to just do my own work and not worry about whatever everybody else was doing, I actually started to see gains, and I'm encouraging you guys to do the same. These little small exercises, there's no stigma to them, guys. Start doing them because remember, all muscles matter. In our ATHLEAN-X program, guys, we realize that we work all the muscles into everything we do to make sure that you're getting the best results and the fastest possible. We never overlook anything, guys. There we train athletes. Head there and get our program. In the meantime, if you like this video, leave your comments and thumbs up below. If you never want me to use this shirt or wear this shirt again, let me know, because I can gladly give it to Jesse. He said he wants to wear it. I don't know. He thinks he'll look good in it. All right, guys, see you soon.